Hello and welcome to Mastering Microsoft Excel video series. This is video number 40 where we're going to talk about min A and max A. Some of you would have been already using minimum function and the maximum function, but when to use these two guys? Let's check it out in this video. Well, we already have been using the formula like min and the max in the dashboards for during the summarizations to find out the minimum in the set of numbers and the maximum in a set of numbers. So the question comes here is, when do I have to think about min A and max A? Now there are times in the data sets where people leave certain cells blank, or they might be waiting for certain data sets. They put some text entries over there, and there might be a data set with the logical values like true and false. If the true and false, the blank cells, the text values in your data set, if they have an importance behind it and a meaning behind it, in those kind of data sets, if you want to calculate the minimum and maximum, including those three situations what I've told you, then yes, the knowledge of min A and max A makes a difference. So let's check out with a very simple example to give you the clarity, and from there I want you people to take it forward for your data set and let me know what do you feel about these two formulas in the comment section. So let's get into the Excel and let's try to explore it. Okay, so this is a data set we're going to use for this video. It's a very simple data set which you can see here. I have 3 salespersons and 4 months of sales data. All I want to calculate is the minimum sales achieved by the person and the maximum sales achieved by the person. So wherever you see these yellow highlighted cells, you see NA or a blank. That means those are the month they have not done any kind of sales. Those have to be treated as 0. So let's write the simple the min and max function, and let's try to understand what is the result coming out of the general functions min and max. So let's go and put this into equal to min and select all these 4 cells, close the braces, and when I hit enter, it gives me the answer as 5,000. So let's go to the next one and type max and select these values, close the braces, and then drag the formula down, and I get the answer, which is the normal expectation. But the problem in this context is these are the cells which is telling me that these guys have not performed the sales. So ideally the minimum sales of these guys should be 0, where it's not doing that, because your min function, if you see the definition of min function, let me zoom it out for you guys. It says returns the smallest number in the set of values, ignores the logical value and text. So that means it's not going to consider any logical values like true and false, and it's not going to consider the text values if you have it in between the data set. So in those cases, can I use the min A to handle these problems? So let's go ahead and check that out. So what I'm going to do is cut these columns and push it to the next side, and I'm going to write the min A function here and close it and hit enter. It says perfectly right this time, so I'm going to use max A function and select these 4 values and close it. And now when I select and copy this formula down, I'm expecting that Alice, Bob, and Charlie, all these guys minimum sales should be 0 and the maximum sales is whatever the numbers are, correct? But watch it, I got for Alice and Charlie I got it right, but for the Bob I got 3,000, but ideally his minimum sale is 0. So what is happening here? So let's try to understand the definition of min A function. That will give us a clarity. So let's zoom in. For min A, it says returns the smallest value in a set of values, does not ignore logical values and text, but it never says blank. So that means whether it is minimum formula or min A formula, both of them are not going to consider your blank. But at least min A is quite helpful when you have a text or a logical value. It is going to consider that. The only thing which is not going to be considered is a blank. So what people say in those cases is, why don't you simply replace this particular blank with, let's say, no sale, and that's already taken care right now. So now I've shown you what's the difference between the min and MINA, max and MAXA, what's considered, what's not considered. So let's get a better understanding here. So if you have the word true and false in your data set, how MINA treats them during the operation. So if you have the word false, logical value false as one of the cell value, then that will be treated as 0 by MINA as well as by MAXA. If you have true in between, it will be treated as 1 and 1. Let's say if you have any other text like NA, no sale, both will be treating that as 0. But if you have a blank cell, it will be simply ignored. It is never considered. All right, so be very cautious when you have a blank while you're using minimum or maximum with MINA or MAXA. You need to take care of the blank. All right, but the pretty helpful one is MINA and MAXA because they do consider the text, they do consider the logical values. I've shown you an example, a simple example where you can put them into the real action. So I want you guys to share your experience about these two formulas in the comment section for the benefit of other viewers. So we'll meet up again in another interesting input. Until then, take care of yourself. Signing off, Hariharan.